Hi friends, welcome to Crack Rugby. We are back with another important lecture on Global Hunger Index. This has been released very recently and this would be the very important lecture when it comes to your upcoming examination, right? So this is all inclusive lecture. If you watch this lecture, we think this is more than enough. Okay, so we have covered all the data that is required for your examination along with some assessments so that even if you have to write something on descriptive part, you may take the help of this video. So let's begin with the slide number one and let us understand what is hunger at the first place. Okay, भूख क्या है? What is hunger? So hunger is usually understood to refer the distress associated with the lack of sufficient calories, right? So it's not about the sense of hungry that we feel. We usually refer, na, it's hungry. We are feeling hungry. Hunger is not defined, or hunger is not about that feeling. Okay, maybe when we get up in the morning, after a few hours, we started to feel hungry. We want the breakfast, right? So that is not how hunger is defined. Hunger is like when a human being is not being into the intake of sufficient calorie that is required for an average livelihood. Okay, that is known as hunger. Okay, so it is associated with calories intake. So let's say I am taking breakfast, I am taking lunch, and I am taking the dinner every day. But I am not taking it in the sufficient quantity, or I am not, my diet doesn't include the sufficient calorie that is required for a normal human being to live life, the way other one lives. Then I am said to be the hunger person, okay? Food deprived person, calorie deprived person. That is how the hunger is defined. Hunger is usually understood to refer the distress associated. Okay, this is the keyword. Distress associated with the lack of sufficient calories. Then let's see what's the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. FAO defines food deprivation or undernourishment. So it's undernourishment if I'm not uh, intaking the average calorie that is required for a human being to live a good life, then I am said to be undernourished, as the consumption of too few calories to provide the minimum amount of dietary energy that each individual requires to live a healthy and productive life given that person's age, sex, stature, and physical activity. Understood? So this is the definition as per the FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, and this is what it means. The distress associated with the intake of calorie, with the lack of intake of the calorie. Let's move forward in the lecture and let us understand and know few important points about the report, the Global Hunger Index, right? So who prepares it? It is prepared by a agency called Concern Worldwide and Wealth Hunger Life. Okay, so these are the two organizations. They prepare the report for the entire world. The frequency, it's an annual report. It's an annual report. The first time it is published in 2006. Okay, and this is the 16th edition. So these are the things that is required for your objective paper. Take a screenshot of it, watch it thrice or multiple times. You will remember it. Okay. Now let's move forward in the lecture. Let us understand few things or few details about the report. See, who are these people? Concerned Worldwide works with the world's poorest people to transform their life. It is an international humanitarian organization, okay, dedicated to tackling poverty and suffering the world's poorest country. So this is about the Concerned Worldwide. What about the Wealth Hunger Life? Wealth Hunger Life is one of the largest private aid organization. Look, it's a it's not intergovernmental organization. Private aid organization in Germany, Independent of politics and religion, it was established in 1962 as the German section of the Freedom from Hunger campaign. So this has come out of a campaign in 1962, Freedom from Hunger campaign. Let's move forward in the lecture. What is GHI? What is Global Hunger Index? Let us understand. The Global Hunger Index is a tool designed to comprehensively measure and track hunger at global, regional, and national level. Global means all the nations are covered, mostly. Regional means Asian, Asia Pacific, South Asian, okay, Europe. So this is regional. National level between India and Bangladesh, between India and China, between India and Sri Lanka. Okay, so the comparison between the nation. Then let's move forward in the lecture. GHI scores are calculated each year to assess progress and setback in combating hunger. Okay, to assess progress and setback in combating hunger. Then the GHI is designed to raise awareness and understanding of the struggle against hunger, provide a way to compare level of hunger. So see, it's provide a way to compare level of hunger between countries, region, and call attention to those areas of the world where hunger levels are highest and where the need for additional effort to eliminate hunger is greatest. Okay, so this is a report, using which the government, the NGOs, okay, and the people who are working for, working in this area can refer to this report and work according to the deprivation level of that particular maybe region, maybe nation, okay, or at the national level. So, then, measuring hunger is complicated. How? To use GHI information most effectively, it helps to understand how the GHI scores are calculated and what they can and cannot tell us. Let us understand how GHI is measured. Okay, so now we have come to how GHI score is calculated. See, it has three dimensions. It has three dimensions and four indicators. Now, what are the dimensions here? This one is the dimension number one, inadequate food supply. One third is the uh, weightage. Then child mortality is second dimension. Okay, I'm writing D. Second dimension, child mortality. The third one is child undernourishment. It's D. Okay, and then you see there are four indicators. So these are the indicators. Indicator number one is undernourishment. One I, under 5 mortality rate. Two I, second indicator. This wasting is third indicator. Stunting is fourth indicator. Right? So these are the indicators. Now, how is it calculated? See, every indicator. So let us not talk about the dimension. Nothing is to be done with the dimension. Okay, dimension is auto-calculated. So indicators is what this GHI is working on. So there are four indicators. Sorry, let me change the color. So number one, number two, okay. Every indicator is assigned the score of 100, okay. Undernourishment, under 5 mortality rate, wasting, stunting, everything is assigned what? Everything is assigned a number that is 100. 0 being good and 100 means very serious. Okay, don't confuse it. So here we are understanding about the indicators, not about the dimensions, right? So, if you watch this one and then the next slide, you may tend to confuse. So do not, this slide is independent of what I teach in the next slide, right? So everyone is assigned a value, okay? And based on this value, there is a weightage assigned. See, it's 1/6. Wasting is 1/6. It's 1/6. And then the dimension, under nutrition, this will take up uh, the 1/3. Okay, means 33.33% each one for inadequate food supply and child mortality. This is how it is calculated. Okay, so then let's move to the next slide. So why I ask you not to get confused is because here what you can see is just the opposite. Okay, zero means low hunger and uh, more than 50 means extremely alarming. So this is about dimensions, right? So in the last slide, we have learned about the indicators and how they are calculated. And based on that indicators, there is a weightage for the dimension 1/6, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So 3 1/3 will come together and make one ONE, right? So basically the indicator is from 0 to 1. Okay, but here it has been calculated again in 100. Means you multiply it by 100. Simple. It's that simple. And you would have score between 0 and 50, right? So 0 means best. So in real life, no country can achieve 0. So if a country achieves 0, this does mean that there is no wasting in that country. There is no child mortality below 5. Okay, there is no stunting. But in real life, it's not possible. So score of 0 is also not possible. And the score of 100 means everyone in the country is deprived from food. That is again not possible, right? That is again not possible. So there has to be a score between 0 to 100. And this is the severity scale. If the score is below 9.9, then you said to be very good, means you are low hunger. Okay, means you are not deprived of hunger. Low doesn't mean that the you know कि नहीं है. Low means the country is not deprived of hunger. Then moderate, then serious. Moderate is between 10 to 19.9. Serious is between 20.0 to 34.9. Alarming is between 35 to 49.9. And extremely alarming is above 50 or equal to 50. Okay. So let's move forward and let us understand what is the position of India. The Global Hunger Index ranked India at 101 position out of total 116 countries. What is the position of India? It's 101 out of 160, sorry, 116. Okay. Now, India is also among the 31 countries where hunger has been identified as serious, means India is under this category. And how many total nations? There are total 31 nations who are being said to be under the serious category, means their score is between 20 to 34.9. So what is the score for India? So India ranked 94 among 107 countries in the last report. Okay. So again, it's we have not developed from the last year. Actually, we have gone further. Okay, towards seriousness. So let's move forward with the few other details when we compare ourselves. I mean, when we compare India with our regional countries. Okay, South Asian countries. India was also behind most of the neighboring countries. Pakistan was placed at 92, Nepal at 76, and Bangladesh at also at 76. So you see we are at 101. Pakistan is better placed, Nepal is better placed, and Bangladesh is also better placed than us. So current projection based on the global hunger index show the world as a whole, and 47 countries in particular will fail to achieve even low hunger by 2030. So this report is extremely important for this 47 countries. Okay, where the level of food or level of hunger is going so deep that by 2030 they will fail to achieve even low hunger by 2030. Okay, so let's move forward and let us understand the trend for India. Look, this is a trend. Okay, this has not been compared um, year on year. The report makers have compared it on a 6 year 10 year difference. So you see in 2012 sorry, in 2000 we were at somewhere about 40, levels of 40. This is the score, okay? Score, not rank. And in 2006, we are coming down. We are coming down in 2012 and 2021. So it's somewhere around 27. Okay, 2021, we are at this position. So, as per the trend, yes, we are going good, but still we are lagging behind many other regional countries who are better placed than us. Let us see few more details. So, as per the report, 15 points, so this is about indicators, right? 15.2 2% of the population of the India's population is undernourished, meaning they do not receive enough calorie per day. How much it is? 15.2% is how undernourished, means indicator number 1. Okay, let's move forward. Indicator number 2, 38.7% of children under 5 are stunned, low height for their age reflecting chronic undernourishment. Okay, 38.7% are stunned, means indicator number 2, stunting. Okay, low height and weight. Then indicator number 3, 15.1% of the children under 5 are wasting. Okay, low weight for their height, reflecting acute undernourishment. So this is about chronic undernourishment. This is about acute undernourishment. So this chronic is something, you can, by the policy measures, things can be, changed. But this 15.1% acute undernourishment, this will be so tough. And just merely by changing policy, you cannot make these people overcome from the acute undernourishment. Right? There has to be something else in the place to make them come out of the acute undernourishment. Okay, so this is very, very serious. 15.1% of the children. Number four. Number four is 4.8% of the children die before the age of 5. Now, we have many policy measures, right? Pradhan Mantri Janani Janan Suraksha Yojana and many other yojanas. Still, the Child Development Women and Child Development Ministry is working, to make this data look good. Still, 4.8% of the children die before the age of 5. Now, why? This is the question that we need to ask and understand why. So there can be multiple factors. The failure of the local administration, the benefits that is not being reaching to the actual people in the ground. Okay, or there is some serious problem with the yojanas that the central and the state government is giving. Right? These are the some of the factors that you should think of yourself, and if you have time, do mention it in the comment section so that you know uh, your analytical side should come up, because you need to write descriptive. So now let us see some other details from the report. India is a country of stark contrast. In total, 22% of its population live below poverty line. Government of India 2013. So this is as per the Government of India report, not as per the policy. 22%. So this is the line taken from the report, exact from the report. At the same time, it is home to 84 of the world's billionaire. Forbes 2016. So I think it's more now. 84% world's billionaire lives in India. Asia's richest man lives in India. I think as of now, the second richest man, Gautam Adani, is also in India, right? I mean, he is from India. So he's the second richest man in Asia. I think, I'm not sure about it. So, India's top 1% own more than 50% of country's wealth, right? So, means this says that the wealth is not properly distributed. Okay. It is the world's second largest food producer and yet is home to the second highest population of undernourished people in the world, according to FAO 2015. So, देखो, this is very, very serious line. No, you might have come across during your preparation. कि जो इंडिया है, हमारा देश है, दुनिया का नंबर सेकंड देश है जहाँ पे सबसे ज्यादा फूड प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है. एंड अगेन ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ द कॉइन, more than 50% of the population is undernourished. Okay, so sorry, it's not the 50%. Okay, so home to the second highest population of undernourished people in the world. So you see, the data is, very disturbing in its nature. Okay, so let us see the BRICS ranking. Very important. So this is completely based on the uh, objective. So we have bring the BRICS ranking. So see, Brazil and China. You see, for Brazil and China, the rank is 1 to 18. So in report, what has been done? So there is no rank for the top 18 countries. Everyone has 1 to 18 rank. Why? Because the score that they have achieved is very, very minute difference is there between their scores. Very minute. And that can be negligible. Okay, so from rank 1 to rank 18, there is no specific country. Okay, means these are the some of the best country, you can say, Brazil and China among the BRICS nation. Russian Federation is at 25, South Africa is at 60, India is at 101. So you see that, most all the nations are better placed than us. So let's move forward in the lecture and let us see the world view. This was not important, but we have just picked it up so that you can see it in a global map. You see that this okay, let me change the color so that you can see what I write. See this color, do not see any other color. Okay, so light cream color. You see India is light cream, and you see who are the other countries along with India: Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Papua Guinea, then Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Angola, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia. Look, okay. So, when you look at it in the world scenario, you understand the severity. How better we are placed, whom we are comparing. See, for big country like USA, Canada, okay, so there is no data. Okay, so there is no data for Spain, United Kingdom, Sweden, Finland, Germany, okay, France. You can see all this gray, Australia. So you cannot compare with them when there is no data available. Okay, but you see, so you may pause this video and just try to analyze the kind of severity that India is going through. Okay, the cream color, and compare the cream color what all other countries are in this color. Okay, so we are in comparison with them. So with this, we have come to the end of this lecture. We wish you very good luck for your preparation. Thank you from Team Crack Grid.